Do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. Hey folks, this is Dr. Willie Jolley.
This is Dee.
And we are here.
The goal is, how do you...
That's what we're talking about. Oh, let's go back. What is it we're talking about now?
You have a great relationship, but the sex isn't great.
They have a great relationship, a great marriage, except for the sex.
You're great outside of the bedroom, and there are challenges inside the bedroom, and how do you deal with it?
Right.
And the overriding theme with everything, unfortunately, is communication.
Right.
So if you can get to express without offending, how about that?
Yeah.
Express without offending, and then adjust behaviors. Yeah, both parties have to be willing to talk and receive information.
Okay, so let's go back to what Dee is shared about. We haven't, bless God, we have not had a sexual incompatibility or issue, but we have had issues with my speaking, and we shared earlier that when I first started speaking, I had been a jazz singer, and jazz singers, I can go all over the place. I can change, and I can go in a different direction, and I can scat, but then I start speaking to these audiences, and
singing is entertaining, while speaking, while it is also entertaining, there's a level of content and flow, because you're taking the people somewhere where you want them to come away with concepts and ideas.
Right.
So the organization of your thoughts and the life must be different.
Right. So what would happen was I would start speaking and go in a different way, and Dee would tell me. Here's what Dee would say.
After
the fact, you were really good with this or that or your message, and the people really loved you, and this and that. But I think you could tweak it to get even better. Boom, my ears are open.
And
my ears are open.
I would say one of the, I don't know in terms of communication, but you want to not use but, and use and instead of but. And it might be a good idea if you try this.
I agree. That's
and
good.
That way you can draw.
That's really good.
As opposed
That's
to
good.
the word but.
Use and rather than but, because you can say you know I like it when you do this, but that is I like it when you do this, and that's so good, Dee. That's good.
Thank you.
That's really good. So what we want people to understand, that this is a process, and that you make up your mind to be open to have that conversation. And it's how you say it. Be gentle and be kind, and then start with the positive and how you can create even better. I love it when you do this or that. Even you never done exactly this or that before. Describe them and give them credit.
Now?
What?
A sex therapist, a licensed sex therapist. If you say, you know what, I'm not able to express what I'm feeling, but I don't feel close when you do this. I don't know how to undo whatever. Then be open to going to a licensed therapist.
And
so now, some years ago, they didn't a licensed marriage, family, sex therapist. So you got the whole range.
Right. So
and maybe it's easier to talk to, since they know how to ask questions. It's easier to talk to that licensed person because they know how to draw information out without offending.
Okay.
Right?
Yep. All right. So start with the positives. And then number 2 is, don't overwhelm them with a lot of requests, little by little. Let's try this. Let's try that. Oh, I like this. I like that. Don't start the conversation right before sex or immediately after sex. That's one of the things that the experts say. Don't do it right then, in that moment. Wait, and then have it on an off time when you're not in the bedroom or wherever you have sex. And
so you have to plan the communication.
Yep. And then give constructive criticism or recommendations is better.
Constructive comments.
Yeah. Instead of saying, you're bad in bed, make suggestions about what you want them to do. Let them know to do more of this, less of that, favorites, whatever. And then
Okay, here's some questions. Why can't you ask your partner, or here's some suggestions. Ask your partner who's not in bed, what turns you on? What turns you on?
Yep.
Or what turns you on about me?
That's
you
good.
Ask each other.
Right.
And so that becomes non-threatening, right?
Yep.
That's a series of questions from a licensed sex therapist by the name of Marissa Nelson. So what turns you on?
Yes.
Or what turns you on about me? Each one of you should be able to ask that question. And then likewise, what turns you off?
That's good.
And then sometimes what turns somebody off might be something as simple as body odor.
That's true.
It can be very limiting in how you kiss body parts and do other things, right?
That's correct.
And then one article I read.
And how do you say that to somebody if they have bad breath?
Well,
how do you say that? How do you say that?
Okay.
Well, we would talk. We would tell each other.
We would
have.
Let's go brush our teeth because we brush our teeth twice a day.
Yeah, we would say.
You tell me you ate onions.
Them onions ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. I make it very clear them onions ain't gonna work. That is not helping a brother to get ready for.
So lemon and water.
They should say, "I'll go get some women and water."
Yes.
Okay. So.
Yes. In terms of that body image.
Yeah.
Can turn someone off. Somebody might have gained weight and feel uncomfortable. Then, let's turn the lights off, right?
That might be an option.
Then if it's a smell and you're like, I don't want to kiss it through that because your skin is salty, then why not have shower time together?
Ooh, that's beautiful.
And you can get wet and slippery. That's
beautiful idea. I like that.
Well, we do that sometimes.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
So that's a great way.
Yeah.
So part of it is being creative, right?
Yes.
And then you can ask each other, what goals, what sex goals would you like to have together? And you say sex goals. What?
Only goal I got is I got one goal.
Let's not go there. No. I'm being serious.
I can't help but think like that. You say, "What's my goal?" I got a goal, all right. Y'all know what my goal is. Okay, go ahead, sweet. My goal is to make you happy. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Because the goal might not always be. I told you this before that all orgasms don't have to be internal. Penetration.
Yeah. You have said that.
I have said that. You're like, I'm not interested in that. That's not good enough. Anyway, creativity.
Yes.
But you have to be willing to talk.
Yeah, you do have to talk. And you have to be mindful of how you say it.
Right. And you could even ask, is this a safe space for me to share how I feel?
Okay, let's say, and I don't know how, we haven't experienced it, so we just think it through. That if I had been a person who had,
or even if there's been sexual trauma.
Yeah.
Some things people don't talk about.
Yeah.
And it adversely affects their intimacy.
Yeah.
And they hide things. And then I can get to how did this happen?
We've had that experience with somebody. So let me replay the video one more time for those who might be joining us late, and because this is such a powerful piece. Here we go.
Sex, they need it. Hold on, say that again. Our audio system's not that good, so people in the back may not have been able to hear you. 85%. See, that's the statistic I want to hear. Go ahead. Yeah, that's a good one. Ladies, because see, I'm going to keep it real because I would say 80% of the people who sit on my couch have issues with sex, whether it's the frequency or the quality. Okay? And 85% of men's libidos are higher than their women. And for the 15% of the women whose libidos are higher than the men, God bless your ministry. I am not one of them. So this is what I had to do. I had to say, I need to minister in sacrificial love to my ministry. Husband. Because okay? And not just that wet fish type
All right.
So she's saying that she sees sex
as ministry.
As a ministry to her husband.
Yes.
Okay.
And she knows he needs it maybe more than she needs it. He said, only 15% of women have a greater libido than men, and that is not her. And men need it, and so she sees it as a ministry to take care of his needs. So that's one part of it. That's the quantity. But then the quality. What happens with the quality? She said there are two issues: quality and quantity, frequency and quality. And so, what if your mate is not good in bed? Okay, it's just not good. Okay, it's might have premature ejaculation. And I've had somebody who said they're being selfish. They got theirs, but you didn't give me mine. We've heard that. Okay, in conversation with people. And so, what do you do then?
They need to go to
They need to go to sex therapy. Sex therapy.
Mm-hmm.
So the male, the husband, can learn how to be a better partner in this process. That's just teachable.
And maybe they can help each other.
And maybe there's a physical issue. Maybe there's a physical issue where he has some sort of physical issue. And of course, we got now a lot of issues with ED, men who are older who have ED.
And then if you're watching porn, you're never going to get satisfied.
I don't know about. I don't know
heard.
nothing about that. Cause look, I'm telling you, I don't do porn because
they say that interferes with because sex, number one, is in the head.
Right, sex is in the head. Well,
that's not what it really is.
The things I think, sometimes I just can't say what I'm thinking. I can say it to her afterwards. One of the things about our marriage that's so wonderful is we really do talk about everything. So if there was a funky breath, we would talk about it. I would tell her, she'd tell me. If there's body odor, she's working out or yoga and I didn't been for a bike, she'll tell me as soon as I come in from biking, you need to go clean yourself. You smell. She'll say that.
You want to get close to me, I suggest you hit the shower.
That's what she'll say.
Or do you want to do it together?
Yeah, we go to shower again.
So in any relationship, for it to last in a loving fashion, you need to be able to be best friends so you can talk about everything. And you can move from that best friend to the intimacy to the sexual fulfillment.
That's why I married her. She's so smart. She really is really smart. I told people I married her because she was really smart. My mama said, whatever you do, marry a smart woman. Don't marry no dumb woman, whatever you do. Now, I've had a lot of women I dated who were really brilliant, but you was really, really smart.
Thank you, dear.
All right.
Thank you, dear.
So do I get a reward for that? Oh, okay, folks.
No help.
So we got Terrence says, make it fun. Nobody's a mind reader. And we know this.
And you know what? You can practice before you say. If you are everybody's not an extrovert and just speaks off the cuff and say everything off the top of their head. Perhaps you need to write some ideas down about what you want to talk about.
You think it through. I mean, really do ponder it.
And then our son gave us, what are those things over there? You can pull some of those kind of cards. I'm not sure they're not sex cards.
No, but they're conversation starters.
They're conversation starters. And there are conversation starters available.
These are financial.
That's financial. So there are conversation starters to talk about sex too.
Yeah. Yeah. Della Toro sent us something that he found, some cards or something that he found, or that you. So there are
you
tools.
can just make up your own questions. What I'm saying is, it can be easier if I couldn't say it off the top of my head,
Right.
but I wrote some things down that I want to talk about
Hmm.
when we're cuddling, not in the midst of trying to get it up to, but while you're cuddling and close, these are some things I want to talk about.
We play footsies at night, by the way.
We do play footsies.
We play footsies all night. Both need to learn how to give great massages. Start there. That's a good idea, Terrence.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, good idea. Start with massaging and start with touching. So we play footsies and we talk to each other. We laugh together, and it progresses from there. So we want to encourage everybody. The keys are, if you have a sexual problem, one, it's about how you say it. Is much or more than you got to have communication, but it's not
First
just.
First of all, you have to acknowledge it.
Yeah, but you got to communicate. But then it's how you
and
say
then
it.
Acknowledging it, even how you're acknowledging it.
Yeah.
Not that you got yours and I didn't get mine, but how can we both get more satisfaction?
Yep. Yep.
And both parties have to be willing to do that.
Both parties have to want that. And
it's not a competition.
So what if you
want to please each other?
All right, let's talk a little more deeper in this. So the male is not able to satisfy his wife. The wife is frustrated. She knows that she can't go to the male and say it's bad. Sex is bad because he thinks he's the man of the house, the big baller, the shot caller. How does this work? And that again goes back to the principles. One. Find something positive that you do like. Something. You got to find something. And then say,
I thought that was them other than just the money.
But let's say about the sexual experience. I say, I like this. And don't say but. Do not use the word but. That was brilliant for D. Say, and this would even be even better. Or this would be expanding or extending.
I like this. And let's try this after we do that.
Okay, I like that. And now, what happens if he has some dysfunction?
I'm enjoying that.
But what happens if he has premature ejaculation?
So then you have to, then just like you said, think about baseball. You both have to work on how to slow it down.
Slow it down. Think about baseball. Take your time. Think about baseball.
You said, I don't know. I had never heard that.
Guys have heard it. How many guys have heard that?
I had no reason to hear it.
Guys have heard it. Come on, tell the truth. And Terrence said, get the Jolleys book. Get 2 copies. Thank you, Terrence. We want to thank everybody who's been buying the book. Book for those who are joining us. Make love, make money, make it last. We want you to make love, make money, make it last. And so sex, as this lady says, is a big part. So the big baller shot caller, his wife tells him it's not good in bed, but he says, like we had you remember what
I'm on?
That's all. And she tried to tell him that he said, I've been doing this I know what I'm doing. I'm the man. She said, you ain't doing nothing for me. So
see, that's a whole nother kind of issue because there's a lot. He has self-esteem issues.
Well, whatever the issue, she could not tell him. And
they need straight to
counseling. There needs to be some sexual therapy. And he don't want to do therapy.
Then she has to go.
He's a man.
Then she has to go by herself.
But I ain't gonna fix this. Thank you, Jerome. Well, thank you. Glad you're here. He said, great show. Thank you.
But she has to go. You can't say that if one person goes to counseling, it's not going to.
No. I'm not saying that. But if she's unsatisfied with his sexual performance, then why is she going to counseling?
She's going to counseling because the counselor will be able to help her come up with strategies, even in terms of how to talk to him, to talk him away from that thinking superiority, which is really an inferiority complex.
She's not a psychologist.
I said going to the psychologist.
I know, but she can't. She's not going to go give him psychological information.
She's providing the spouse, the wife.
I disagree with you on this one. I don't disagree. You got a whole lot of good stuff. But if the brother ain't bringing it, then her going to the counselor ain't going to make him bring it better until she's able to convince and cajole and give him.
The therapist can help the wife use the right language.
I'm waiting
to encourage the husband. Okay?
To go to get some therapy.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Well,
that's what I'm saying.
All right. So it's a tender, sensitive
it is
situation.
A very sensitive situation.
Because many men, every man I know, I don't know any man who goes around saying I'm bad in bed. Everybody thinks they George of the jungle.
And they can be.
I'm the giant.
And they can be if they think they are, and their spouse encourages.
Yeah, that's true. They can encourage him to do better. Come on, Big Daddy. Go, Big Daddy. Go, Big Daddy. Go, Big Daddy. You know.
We're over time, sweetie.
Our time is up. Wow, what a great show. Thank you.
Communication.
So many people saying great show, great show, great show.
Woo! How you speak.
Oh, wow.
Holding your tongue.
Yeah.
Drawing it. Let's try this together.
Yeah.
And being sensitive to what your mate is sensitive to.
Wow. Okay.
So it doesn't adversely affect their ego. And women have egos too. If you say to your spouse, your belly's fat after you had 5 kids and your belly's, down to your thighs, you think that's gonna.
Well, one letter we got. Again, remember, y'all can send letters. info@williejolly.com. We will not call your name. info@williejolly.com and say, here's my issue. Please feel free to do that. That's one thing. But one letter we got was the husband said to the wife, you used to have a great sex life, but now with the 3 kids, the sex and the kitty, as he called it, aren't working for me anymore. What do you do then if there's incompatibility after it was good at one point?
He's insensitive. I think I would do something harmful to him. That's just flat out insensitive.
All right, so therapy, counseling, and when you say when you give commentary, always start with something positive, and don't say the word but. Use the word and you could try this. You could try that.
And let us
try that. Let us try that.
How about this, honey? How about that?
All right, that's good. All right, folks.
You can definitely
can we give them some things they should be going doing? Terrence said everybody needs to get get 2 copies of the book. We want everybody get 2 copies of the book. If you don't have this book, you need to go get 2 copies to help your relationship. And so many people.
We talk about communication more than we actually talk about sex.
Oh yeah,
we have a chapter in here about sex, but it all wraps around how.
And where can you get the book?
Communicate effectively.
Where can you get the book?
I don't know. Where?
You don't know?
No.
To your room. JolleyMarriage.com. JolleyMarriage.com. Go get 2 copies of the book. Get the bundle.
I'm going to my room.
All right, 2 books. 2 workbooks.
And you're going to follow me.
An audio book and a CD seminar, seminar CD. Hercules. That's right, Terrence. So 2 books. Go to get the bundle and get it today, right now. Also, we got the relationship repair series. We want everybody to go who has any room for enhancing their relationship.
Or share the links, okay? That's what we're saying.
Why won't you let me tell them where they can go buy?
So
hey, you keep breaking in with stuff, and when I'm telling them they need to go get this stuff and invest in their marriage, and you keep breaking in about the money.
I'm so sorry, honey.
Relationship repair series. We did a repair series last year because so many people asked, and now it's available in a replay, and you can get it at jollymarriage.com/events. jollymarriage.com/events. It's 5 sessions, 1 on communication, 1 on relationship, on sex and marriage, 1 on finances, 1 on blended families, and 1 on focus on the family matters, and then blended families. Okay, go to JolleyMarriage.com/events. And there's a sixth one we throw in as a free one, the 11 biggest mistakes people make in relationships and how to fix them. This will help your relationship. It is a great tool, and we want you to have it. So, JolleyMarriage.com. And then last but not least, share this with friends, family, your people in your network. And when they go to Jolley Marriage, they can see the TED Talk. We need more people to go see that TED Talk. We need lots of people to go see the TED Talk. Millions of people go see the TED Talk at JolleyMarriage.com. Watch it. And we want you to do a couple things. Watch it, comment on it, like it, and share it. Let me say it again. Watch it, comment on it, like it, and share it. Please do that. Love is kind, y'all. Oh, love is kind. Y'all kindly buy 2 copies and be kind. I love you, Terrence. All right.
So wonderful.
We're going out.
Thank you.
See you later. On our way out. Jolley out.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.